Hey Zips fans, Chad Welker with the Zips Digital Network, joined by head men's basketball coach John Gross. And Coach, we went 2-0 since the last time we talked. Let's first just briefly get the final comment on Eastern, and then we'll get into Bowling Green a little bit.
Yeah, Eastern, we didn't play very well and found a way to win. There's your final there's your final comment. I mean, obviously our guys made big plays at the end of the game. Sales such a great screen. X makes a big shot. Christian makes a big floater. Cheese makes a big three. You know, I just thought Banks makes the play at the end of the game as good a defensive play as I've seen made in an end-of-game situation. So everybody that was out there to close, made a play to help us, squeak one out, give Eastern credit. I thought they played terrific. They've now won 3 out of 4, our game being the lone one that they've lost. So they're playing pretty well and give them a lot of credit. But I didn't think we played particularly well, but found a way to win.
Move into the Bowling Green contest, and first of all, got to give props to Lauren Christian Jackson. He had 28 points, but they were a quiet 28 points from what I saw.
Yeah, no, he obviously got it done. I mean, at a high level, was efficient. I thought our team really played well, as good as we've played probably since the first half in Athens at both ends of the floor. Now, we left some points on the board early with some missed free throws and some dunks and some opportunities to finish in the paint, but once we settled in, I thought offensively we were pretty good.
And then defensively, just coming up with stop after stop, you really shut down one of the league leaders in Mr. Turner for Bowling Green. How'd you put that game plan together?
Well, obviously, as people saw, we doubled him quite a bit, and he's a terrific player, really good player, great two-way player, 3-level scorer. I mean, he's a load, and it takes a great effort by your team to try to slow a guy down like that. And I thought our team defense was, again, about as good as we've played since that first half in Athens.
Now we move into our next 2 contests, and they're both up in the state of Michigan, first starting with Central Michigan on Friday. This will be the first time and only time you guys will take on the Chippewas. Talk about what they bring to the table.
Electric offensively. Obviously, we split with them last year, and last year's game was very high scoring, an overtime game in Mount Pleasant. They're so good in transition. You have to try to do everything you can to get your defense set. They're older. They have great personnel. They pose a lot of matchup problems when they're on offense and run things that really dictate and put them in position where they can create those matchups. So it's a challenge to defend them. And really they're playing, 2 guards and then 3 wings. So they're small, but that also gives them an advantage in terms of speed, skill level offensively. They put 5 guys out there a lot of times that can dribble, pass, and shoot. They're really hard to guard. One of the better offensive teams in our league and the country, one of the fastest teams in our league and in the country. So we've got to do a good job. And then offensively, they go back and forth between man-to-man matchup. They will press a little bit to try to throw you off balance, and we've got to be able to recognize and attack regardless of what defense they're in.
And then you get to come home Friday night and then rest a couple of days back at home. I know that was a big talking point, but then you head back to Western Michigan on Tuesday. You defeated them earlier in the season here at James A. Rhodes Arena. But again, second time you're facing off with another team.
No, it's always harder to beat a team a second time. Then it's even harder to try to beat them a third time. It's just the way it is, And it'll be difficult to do that. They're very, very talented with Johnson and Flowers. Both those guys had terrific games when we played them in here. They're 2 of the better players in our league, and there are other guys just from watching film. They're young guys have gotten better, whether it's Wright in the interior, Artis White on the perimeter, and other guys, that play their role really, really well. You can tell they've improved a great deal. So it'll be a different game than the first one, and, we'll have to play well.
Coach, appreciate the time as always. And, of course, fans, we want to see you out here at James A. Rhodes Arena a week from Saturday. Zips take on Miami. That game time is at 4 p.m., not the typical 2 p.m., but a 4 p.m. doubleheader with the women's team, as the ladies will take on Ohio at 1 in their Akron for NACON breast cancer awareness game. This is Chad Welker for the Zips Digital Network. Have a great rest of your week, and as always, go Zips.